Oh, this bike is brilliant. I love it. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Shed of Revs, and today I am having a very good day because I am test riding the Street Triple RS 765. Got this from A1 Moto in York. They'll let me have the bike for a couple of hours, which is a bit more than I expected to get. So yeah, we're going to get out, we're going to head towards Bridlington and have a ride and see what this bike is like. Unfortunately, it does appear though it's going to start raining a little bit, so we'll see how we get on, see what we can do. Unfortunately, my second camera, which I'd hoped to mount on the handlebars, my attachment's broke, so I'm afraid all you've got is a one on my head. So I'll try and look around a bit to make things a bit more interesting for you. First impressions, what a stunning bike, you know. Seat position is really comfortable. You can really feel the nimbleness on it. You almost feel like you're sat on top of that front wheel like a unicycle, you know, just where you point is where you go. It's absolutely brilliant. So going into the specs of the bike a little bit. So up front, I believe it's a Showa upside down big piston forks that they've got, all fully adjustable. On the rear it's an Öhlins MTX40, I believe that is, again fully adjustable. Obviously no adjustment has been made for this ride today for myself, so it is as it has come from the dealer. And then up front as well, brakes wise, we've got the Brembo Stylema, which I've never used these before, but from what I've heard these are the best in the business. So radially mounted Brembo Stylema, 4-pot calipers, 4 pistons, and they are biting down onto 320mm discs. So then at the rear it is a single Brembo caliper, and that is biting down on a 220mm disc, so nothing particularly fancy there, but you know, a bit standard really for what you get. So there's a few modifications on this bike which I will show you when I get a chance to pull over in a bit, and I'll do a walk round and we'll talk about it. We'll look at some of the styling. But it's got things like bar end mirrors, tail tidy, I've forgotten the term now, the indicators where they phase out, if you like. I've forgotten. Dynamic, is it? Is that the word? Dynamic indicators, there we go. I've forgotten. Dynamic, is it? Is that the word? Dynamic indicators, there we go. So yeah, so seat height on this 836. I can flat foot it. I'm 6'2" with a 31-inch leg inseam. If you are a bit more vertically challenged, there is the option for a short seat, which I believe is about 28mm lower than the current seat. And if you really are vertically challenged, then you can actually through the dealer have it factory lowered, and I believe there's a spacer they remove out of the linkage on the rear shock to do that for you. We're going to be going towards the 166, I believe it is. So try and work out where I'm going here. Don't fully know where I'm going, but we'll work it out. Yeah, so sorry, back to it. Yeah, so you know, it is a bike, it's not too high, I wouldn't have said for most people. I think there is you know, with the adjustable or the lower in seat you can get, or the adjustment, I think that most people can enjoy this bike. Like I said, for me, perfectly fine to absolutely flat foot. The handlebars apparently this year are a bit wider, about 12mm wider I believe it is. Now being honest, I have never ridden a previous gen of the Street Triple. This is something I'm looking at. If I can get enough other things dabbled down, I can then come and get one of these, hopefully maybe in July. If I don't get one this year, potentially get one next year if I'm happy enough with the bike today. But yeah, so you've got that. Diablo Corsa tyres on front and rear on 17-inch rims. Like I say, working in conjunction with that chassis setup that you've got in order to give you the agility of this bike, of what it is renowned for. Oh god, those brakes are good. Oh, they're good. So yeah, so the Brembo Stylemas, like I say, from everything I've seen, these are like the best in the business. People rate these very much. Like I said, they're radially mounted and they've got a radial master cylinder as well. And just then I was too busy chatting a bit, wasn't paying attention. They come in here, front brake only, and they are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You can feel everything through that. Lots of confidence. Got a 5-inch TFT, ABS as standard, and it's got the IMU, so it has got lean traction, or you know, lean dependent traction control. And you've also got the anti-wheelie control as well. So this is all obviously adjustable through the system. So yeah, that's all obviously controlled. You know, you've got the onboard computer that you can use to control that. You know, you've got your various buttons on the left and then the home button on the right. You can work through those menus. So it has got a fly-by-wire or ride-by-wire, however you want to describe it, throttle on this bike, and as such that means it does come with various rider modes, 5 in fact. This bike, it has got road, it's got rain, it's got sport, track, and it has got a user configurable, which is very handy and pretty cool really, because you can properly, if you're that good of a rider, set the bike up exactly to what you want for that throttle response and the power delivery. So talking about power delivery, this is the 765cc inline triple engine that Triumph have got on this bike. This year, apparently, I think it's about 8 brake horse more than previous gen, so it is a roughly about 128 brake horse. And that peak power comes in at 12,000 RPM, and it's got 80 newton meters of torque, which is kicking in at full peak at 9,500 RPM. So a bit more from last year, but apparently what they have said, and chatting to James at Triumph there, they've put or adjusted it so the power delivery is more broad across the mid-range, just so it's more usable really in more real life situations. Like I say, I've not actually had a ride on a previous gen, so that I don't know, but you know, so far seems really nice. Hello, see, that's a bike I'll be test riding next week, Kawasaki Z900 RS. It's the next one for the bank to see if we can get. Triumph have been really nice to me. A1 Moto Triumph in York. James is the man that sorted me out today with a test ride. Completely honest, you know, it's going to be a few months before I can ride. Nobody else was riding the bike today, so he's just said, if you want it, take it out for a few hours, put the fuel in it. Absolutely brilliant guy, which is brilliant, because it means I get to have a proper bit of a ride. The route that I had wanted to take, I didn't think I'd be able to do if I only had an hour to 2 hours, so this time now I've obviously got that. So that's all good. So another one to talk about on this bike is the quick shift. As you can listen, very smooth, can't hear a bloody thing. You just drop it in. Triumph have got this absolutely dialed in. You can just pin it back and then just bang through the gears. It's absolutely brilliant, and that comes as standard as well on the Moto 2, the R and the RS. Oh, going back to the electronics on the bike. So full LED light in front and rear. Like I said, it does have LED indicators, but these have been changed for the dynamic LED indicators. And you have on this one, on the RS, you have got DRL. It's not standard on the R, but you know, at the end of the day, it still does have LED lights. You can just pay that bit more. You know, the price difference really between the R and the RS to get those extra things. Chance to pull over, we'll have a walk around and I'll show you that tail tidy and the indicators that have been fitted, and like I say, you can see the bar and mirrors, but we'll just get a walk around the bike in this beautiful red. It is very nice. However, the yellow, I do not know the names of the colours, by the way. They're sort of like grey, red, yellow. I don't know the actual formal names of them, but the yellow is stunning. It's like a castback. I don't know if it's the same colour code, but very much a castback to like your older 955s and stuff like that, or your older Daytonas back in the day, with that sort of gold flake yellow metallic. And this weather is turning shit, really ruining it for me. Bit annoying. I maybe should have travelled south. Feels like this weather's travelling east. I don't know what else we're on about that. Well, you press mode. So we're currently in road, so let's put it in. Oh, he says wrong one. Mode, put it into rain. Hang on, so if you have a look, so we are now in the rain mode. Yeah, there we go. So you can just feel it a little bit of a difference in the delivery, a bit slower, a bit steadier. Just feel it on the application there. It's not too bad. Obviously, if you were to pin it back, you would have no issues and you would have that full power. I said brakes are very, very good. These Stylemas are brilliant. all those changes on the quick shift there, absolutely nothing from me. Absolutely brilliant. I say nothing from me, nothing on the clutch. Like I said, nice and smooth. Can't see a lot now, covered in rain. And I feel like I've left my cloth as well, so got nothing to wipe my screen. Kind of screwed up there. But yeah, so it has got these MCS fully adjustable levers as well. Obviously the guy knew exactly what I wanted, because it feels very comfortable for me what we've got. Your kill switch is your start switch, hazards is standard, home button as part of your menu choice, indicators, lights, party button and your horn, and then obviously your pass signal. Usual Triumph fit and finish. It is absolutely gorgeous, you know, little details and everything that they do. This bike is just absolutely stunning. It is absolutely stunning, and so far riding this I've been loving it. Talking about in fact, if we talk about the seat, we mentioned it earlier when we were talking about heights, but this seat is particularly plush. It is very nice. I do not know, just looking down here, style select. I don't know what these styles are. I didn't want that. What was I going to say? Oh, slip and assist clutch as well, yes. So you've got that as well for when you know, you might bang it down a bit too quick. So obviously that slip clutch, and then obviously assist for pulling off. But yeah, generally the seating position is brilliant. I said I'm 6 foot, I'm very leggy, a lot of my height's in my leg. I might get a bit uncomfortable in the knee after a long day, but to be honest, I'm not bothered. So far it's really good. So yeah, I've not got a numb bum yet. Okay, so talking back about the suspension, just while we're on a quiet bit, like I say, it's got the Showa big piston USDs up front, and then it's got the Öhlins STX40 on the rear, and it's pretty good. It is, well, I say it's pretty good. It's very good for someone as myself, and only the level of riding that I have. I am still new to riding. For me, it feels good. Obviously, those of you with more experience will be pushing bikes further and whatnot. You know, it's you know, you'll be adjusting it and setting it up to what you want and getting that right level of preload and whatnot. But for me so far, it seems particularly nice. Hit a few bumps on some of these roads and it's not been too much of an issue. I was on a GSXS and I hit a little bit of a bump and nearly broke my balls riding that. I had a moment where I hit a bump and yeah, it were pretty harsh, to be fair. Loved the bike and everything else on it, and for the price range it's brilliant. I just realised hopefully I think I've got my spare gloves in the back of the in my rucksack, because it's temperature's dropped. But yeah, so that was a bit firm for that kind of ride, but to be fair, the bikes aren't made for really particularly bad roads. Lots of confidence in it. It's very agile, you know, really am enjoying how agile this bike is at the minute. I don't know how well it's picking it up on the camera there, but yes, the weather is particularly shit today. Looks like it was going to be a nice day this morning. Got out with the dog, it's pissing it down. Thought it might just checking the Met report, might avoid it. It's been here, so what we might do is stay out this way. If it's been here already, let it dry off somewhat. I do love these bikes. I do love a triple. Obviously, like I say, I have got the ST1050 and it is a joy to ride. I do love the engine note. That induction roar from these bikes and these triples is absolutely amazing. There we go, sunshine, come on, let's dry us out. Have to say, actually, first time I've ridden a bike with bar end mirrors, absolutely loving it. Oh, I should have gone there. Absolutely loving it, to be fair, because I normally have the issue of my mirrors are quite high up and my shoulders get in the way, my gut and stuff. So these, actually, I'm getting a very good field of view for what I need, and it's just tucked underneath. I was always a bit worried with bar ends whether I'd have an issue with them, because I've got my phaser and I'm looking at putting bar ends on that. This bike is brilliant. I love it. Here there with a quick shift. I don't know if it's coming through. I do apologise, my helmet seems to be particularly noisy today. I don't know if I've knocked my chin strap or what. Absolutely loving it. Really, I've nailed it with that power delivery and the torque. You know, we're in 4th gear here, just bobbing around. I've not even had to change. I'm still enjoying it, don't get me wrong. You could really have a lot more with this bike, but I don't know these roads. I don't particularly fancy any speeding fines. Maybe on the way back, I know the layout of the land a bit more. Look at this. But yeah, you can see that in 4th, so we're at what, 5,000 rows? We'll just have a look. Even at 4.5, you pin that. Obviously it is a naked, so you know you got the wind, but it doesn't feel too buffeted. It's quite clean air that's hitting you. Carry on at this rate, we're going to be in bread in no time. Fish and chips for lunch. Our lass is going to be pissed off when I send her that. Oh, I just love this bike. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy that James at A1 Triumph in York. Anyone, if you're in the area, honestly pop in. It's probably one of the best Triumph shops I've been in, to be honest. The atmosphere is brilliant, the staff are brilliant. Not saying that they're not in other Triumph stores, but in there particularly it's just got a really good vibe. The set out's brilliant. It's yeah, it is just absolutely brilliant, and he's been more than helpful. He knows I can't even afford to look at this bike until maybe July, but more than happy to get me out on the bike to enjoy it and see it and make sure that I know when it comes to it and I've got the money, I can just jump on, make a decision. And to be fair, talking to him, with the amount of orders that are going in for these, it'll be about right time anyway for me to do that, for that. So like I said, I've got a few bits to sort out on my end and settle up, get that done, free up a bit of money. This is a bike I could have for everyday riding, just to enjoy. Okay guys, so this is a quick bit of a walk around on the Street Triple RS that I have got on loan from A1 Moto from York. Got it for a few hours, been out for an hour so far, and I have to say I absolutely have fallen in love with this bike. It has been a great joy to ride. Unfortunately it's been a bit wet today, as you can see. It's just starting to come in now. I've headed out towards the coast by Brid. You might be able to see over there it's looking a bit brighter, but ultimately I'm surrounded by rain, so I'm going to have to make my way back towards York, stop for something to drink, have a brew of something near Driffield Way. Really worried that I've actually lost some of my footage because my card's gone funny on my GoPro. So impromptu review of a GoPro 8. Don't fucking buy one. It's had more problems than my 7, constantly having issues with card, having to be repaired and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, so the bike. So we'll start on what I want to talk about really is the things that I do like, because this bike is, other than its looks, is just an absolute joy. So you can see this with the 5-inch TFT as the bike starts to come to life. Got that nice little Triumph logo there and the Street Triple. And look at that display. It's nice, it's bright, you can see everything. You can go into the modes where we talked about earlier. You got rain, road, rain, road, sport and track, and then the rider configurable that you can do. You can actually change all the layout on the TFT. The guy did start showing me, but to be honest I've kind of just left it as it is, so we'll come out of that. We'll set that for rain for now. Fully adjustable MCS levers on both sides. The bar and mirrors are an addition by Triumph at York, as is these lovely dynamic indicators and this nice little tail tidy, which gives it a real nice finish on the rear. As we talked about, it's got the Big piston Showa upside down forks at the front, and then the Öhlins MTX 40 at the rear. Radially mounted Brembo stylemers. These brakes have been absolutely amazing on this ride so far. I've never ridden a bike with these brakes, and they have been absolutely phenomenal. One finger braking, you can feel everything through it, and my god do they stop you. As we talked about with the electronics earlier, like you can see with the RS, it has got the DRL on the front, and it has got full LED on front and rear brake light and headlight as well. Exhaust on the bike, it's not the prettiest, it's nice enough, but you know, there's something there maybe aftermarket that you could do. Brembo single pot piston at the rear, does its job at the end of the day. Nothing to really complain about on that. Tyre wise, we've got the Pirelli Diablo Super Quarters, which have been very nice so far, considering I've been riding a bit of a mixture of rain and dry. They've held very well, and I've been confident in my riding with those so far. So whilst we've got the audio through here, we'll go and start the bike. It's simple with your kill switch, and here. The bike is warm because I've not long stopped, but you can just hear a bit of that tone. That triple, absolutely stunning. So I'll put the hazards on, and then we can have a look at these dynamics at the rear. So you can see those on the rear, they are absolutely gorgeous, really. Like I said, they're not standard, they are been added on at York A1 Moto Triumph. This is a whole different league. The style, the fit and finish of the bike is absolutely unbelievable. It's the first bike I've rode with bar and mirrors, so if you like me and you're a bit wide in the waist, wide in the shoulders, I'd definitely recommend, if they can suit your bike, get bar and mirrors. I've been loving them on this actually so far. I didn't even adjust them when I came out. But yeah, obviously this or there, you've got the crash protectors as well there for the engine. But guys, I'm going to get myself somewhere where I can get a coffee. I need to fuel the bike because I need to return it with just above half, and I actually need to get back. So I've had it for an hour and 10 minutes. He said I can have a few hours. I will try and film some of the route going back just in case I have lost other footage. Hopefully I've not lost everything. I'll take some quick shots with the phone now for a bit of better footage, and then we'll get cracked back on. Alright guys, take it later. Okay guys. Oh, balls. Side stand.